Yo, what's happening? Another stream. Yeah, we're doing a late afternoon stream. It's probably going to be a bit of a shorter one because we are photographing one item today, and that item happens to be something from my personal childhood. It's this guy. That is a sealed double action figure original run Lion King toy. I forget the name of the hyena, but that's definitely Zazu. I'm not sure why they didn't put the name of the hyena on the box. Seems like kind of a dumb move, but that's what we got. So we're gonna pack that up. I looked it up already, and this guy goes anywhere from about $30 to $50, especially if it's in the original packaging. It is a little kind of bent on the sides. I mean, it's from 1994, for God's sake. It's 30 years old, so it's gonna have a little wear and tear if it wasn't perfectly taken care of. But let's go ahead and get it photographed, and we'll edit those photos real quick, and then we'll pop them up on Mercari. So yeah. Oh, just got a notification. Never mind. So what I'm gonna do is turn off the desktop audio real quick, because that's what we're recording with. Microphone situation is still... So we're going to mute that. I'm going to move everything over to the light box over here, and we'll start taking our pictures. So give me just a second here. You can hang out with the rockin' intro music. All right, went ahead and lowered the ISO on the camera a little bit because it was looking a little funny. Let me see if I can line this up a little better. Make it a little more centered there. There we go. All right. Yo. So, Lion King photos. First one we'll get is definitely a front-on picture. We'll get a back picture featuring all of the extra toys that you can no longer collect, or at least are very difficult to find. Let's start with the front-facing picture. Make sure we get as much of that dust out of here as possible. There we go. Kind of hard to see. And it's looking a little strange for sure. Not entirely sure why it's looking kind of funny. Don't have any filters or anything on. Not sure. Let me see if we raise it a little bit. Nope, still looks funky. Maybe if we get a little closer. Oh, I know what's going on. Here, what we'll do is the DOI. It's the chroma key. There we go. We'll turn that off for a second. Make sure we're looking good. That's better. Let's turn the lights in here down a little bit. That's better. All right, now that we're all set up here, we're gonna get our photographs. So, like I've said before, when I do product photography, the smartest thing that you can do is put a card in the camera. Let's grab one of those. I'm not sure where my good SD card is. That's gonna be a problem, but it's gonna be a problem for later. Not now. I'll just pop a different SD card in there. All right, boop, on. So we're at 200th of a second, f14, and ISO 100. Usually drift between f11 and f14 for stuff like this, product photography, just because we like to have everything, or as much as we can, in focus. Something tells me, though, that the reflective plastic is going to be troublesome here, but let's see what we can do. So it's tipped back a little bit, so we'll attack it at a little bit of an angle. Make sure we get the whole thing in there and leave a little room to breathe on top. Yeah, so that's okay, but as you can see, maybe the reflection on the plastic is a little funky. I know that's hard to see on the camera screen. Let's try with the flash rotated slightly differently, maybe off to the side a little bit. Still kind of washing out the, let's try it like this, kind of angled. Better. Let's try straight up with the flash bouncing. There we go, that's the ticket. Let's line her up. Make sure we're looking pretty. Make sure we're even. Oop, that one didn't flash. Yeah, that looks good, but not quite what I want. Doesn't scream by me. That one, however, that's a good shot right there. Reflections. Always showing in the wrong direction. I don't know how well you can see that, but, well, nobody can see it because nobody's watching, but that's a good shot. Let's flip it over. And photography wise, or shooting wise, I prefer to cull as you go. So we'll protect the image we like. Probably put that on screen. And then everything else that we got, just get rid of it, you know? Just get rid of it. And I'm getting a phone call. You can probably hear in the audio. Let's get rid of those. That one. I think that was our first. Yep, there's my face. All right, so we got one. Here's number two. This should be a little easier because it's actually sitting flat. That's good. And then we'll get kind of a top-down look at it, or like a side kind of view, I guess. Maybe from this angle so you can see. Doesn't really work. Maybe just close-ups of the characters. sure we're focusing on this hyena's eye. Nice. We'll be able to brighten that up a little bit. And let's do Zazu as well. Make sure we're focusing on his eye. That's a little dark, but actually we do need to redo that because you can see the side of the, or I guess the edge of the light box in that photo. We want to get a little bit higher so we can get Zazu's face in there. That's the beauty of the 35mm lens, is definitely a macro lens. Whoa, that's dark. Let's try it this way. We'll bounce off of this wall. There we go. So that was just the change of the light up here, coming from this way to this way. The difference between those two. Pretty crazy how light affects your photos. And I know this one's a little dark, but I kind of like them dark so that you can tune things up without blowing out the highlights. You know, you can always recover your shadows. Remember that. The shadows are always something you can get back. Well, most of the time. The highlights, digitally, once those are blown out, you're kind of SOL, as it were. So I'm just taking a couple of extra photos because why not? And also because people like to have as many photos as possible, really. Mercari allows for 10. This object, though, this toy, the design isn't really conducive to like side photos. They don't really play, and it's kind of tall, but like it's off to the side, kind of looks okay, but I mean, we already have the photo of it head on, so maybe we won't. We'll just do the front, the back, the close-ups of the characters, and then maybe we'll do it head on again, but with a quarter for size. Yeah. And maybe we might even get the hyena's face in focus. We might even want to retake this photo, or the first photo rather, if we end up liking this better, which I kind of do. Kind of shines off to the side instead of being like dead light, and it will improve our, what do you call it, I forget the word, when something is the same the whole way through. There we go. All right, let's see here. Room on top, nice and centered. Bring this down a little bit. Yep. I think we were tilted just a little bit, which I'd rather fix here than have to change it in post. Yeah, so that was the first one that I was happy with. Let me make this straight. And that's the second one. The first one's a little tilted. The second one's a little more even. So we'll go with that one. Yay. So those are our pictures. Let's go ahead and migrate back over to our editing desk. Editing bay, if you will. Sure. Send that over there. And I'm going to mute the desktop audio again so we can migrate over there without you hearing all the. So 1 second. And we'll turn the chroma key back on too. There we go. All right, let's see here. Let's pop over to I forgot the audio here. I gotta copy this, bring it over here. Ta-da. All right, so what we're gonna do, I got a new adapter, which is pretty cool. The only troublesome part is that it doesn't seem to really want to hold on to SD cards. Let's see how it works here. Usually you get that satisfying when you plug in an SD card, but not this one for some reason. What are we doing here? We're going into our pictures. Yeah. Here are our... Oh, well, it's a good thing we locked that one because I don't want it. So we'll take those and we'll throw them into Lightroom. There's our cups from the other day. Let's toss these suckers in here. Toss. Cool. All right, let's free up a little bit of memory here. And make sure our, stream looks like it's going well. We've dropped 0.6% of our frames, which is not terrible. We were streaming the other night and it was bad streaming some games. We were down to like, I don't know, 700 kbps for a bit rate. Not great. Oh, speaking of not great, we just dipped, but you're gonna have loss of quality across the stream, right? Okay, well, let's hope it goes well. Anywho, let's pop open Lightroom here and we'll start editing our photos. All right, Lion King. That is a dark photo. Let's see what Otto has to say. Oh boy, we're doing that thing. Let me kill the desktop sounds. There we go. All right. What do you got, Otto? Not bad. I like it. I think that's the first time in a long time that I've seen Otto actually do good work. Good work, Otto. All right, let's see here. Oof. I had to start talking about the bitrate, didn't I? We've dropped a lot of frames. All right, well, let's just keep going anyway. Maybe things will resolve themselves. All right, quick edits here. These should potentially all be okay with Auto, with how dark they are. Auto. Oof. Exposure's too high. Highlights are up there. Bring the exposure down and the shadows up. And the whites maybe? Yeah. That's okay. I am trying to remember to overdo it a little bit on the lighting for these items, because every time I upload them, they seem too dark. So we're gonna go a little more than we think we need to here. Oof. Stop making that sound. Let's go ahead and unplug our power. Yeah, that's power. Alright, let's see here. Let's see here. I need to bring the camera down a little bit, so I'm lowering my face too much while I edit. Anyway. Alright, auto. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Maybe a little brighter, just for the sake of them being really small photos. I don't think we need this photo. Let's get rid of it. Delete. And that was our one that was a little off, right? Compared to... Actually, this might straighten better. Yeah. Let's see this one. Which one do we like better? I mean, it's basically the same photo. It's just bigger in one of them. I think we like the second photo better, this one, because you can see a little bit more of Zazu's pupil there. This one kind of got lost in the highlight. So we'll get rid of this guy. Delete. And those are honestly pretty good at a camera, so it's not what I would choose for my photo, but in putting them on Mercari, I think that's okay. Might even raise the shadows a little bit just to really show off the item. Okay, that's our 4 photos. And you know what, this time I'm not gonna change the crop. I've talked before about how I shoot them in 5:4 because I like the extra guiding lines on the side. But when Mercari shows you photos, you have to click into the photo to see it in its full aspect ratio. I'm pretty sure what it shows you at a glance is a 5:4 aspect ratio. So why have more information in a photo? Or I guess, you know, more to the sides of the photo when you don't need it. We don't need to export, especially because there's nothing in the photo. It's in a light box, so there's nothing to show off anyway. So we'll keep them in 5:4 and we will export these guys. And I'm interested to see how much this kills the CPU while I'm streaming, because I have done it before, but I've never looked at the bitrate while I'm exporting. So we'll just call these Lion King. Sorry about the typing noises. And we'll export that to our desktop. Exporting. Let's see what our bitrate looks like while this is happening. Well, the bitrate seems okay because this has nothing to do with the internet, but the CPU is what I'm worried about, especially because we're under 30 frames, but bitrate seems to be holding out. CPU's only at like 7%, 5%. Hopefully it'll be good. And we're almost done here, which means that when we're finished, we can quit Lightroom. Hopefully it will even the computer out a little bit. Oh, I got a voicemail. Anyway, let's get the... Oh, is it finished? No, not yet. 1 second. Just have to return a text message here. And we are exported. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. This is worrying me up here. This business. Gerp. Okay, we're done. Let's quit Lightroom. Go away. And we will go to our desktop. There's our images. We'll select those, pre-select them, and we'll bring up Mercari. Let's list an item. List. Come on. Let's put our photos in here. Might need to change some things about the stream here in the future, not now. And I'm going to, on a separate computer here, open up our good friend ChatGPT, and I'm going to give it these photos. We're going to get a description and a title, but in the meantime, we're going to do our hashtags. Let's see. I need you to create a listing for me on Mercari. I have an item that is an old sealed 1994 Lion King toy featuring a hyena and Zazu the bird. It is sealed, and the packaging is a bit worse for wear. But the items in the packaging are in great condition. This item is 30 years old this year. For the title, I have a max of 80 characters, including spaces. The description has a max of 950 with spaces. Take 2 paragraphs for the description. And real quick, I'm going to airdrop one of these, or I guess 2 of these photos to our computer over here, and we're going to drag those photos into Lightroom. File upload pending. There we go. All right, we'll let ChatGPT work on that. And our hashtags are going to be Lion King, vintage, definitely vintage by this point. It's what, 20 years, I think? 20 years something becomes vintage. Lion King, vintage, toys, Disney. How about Disney toys? For sure. Let's go with Simba. I know Simba's not the toy, but you know, popular hashtags and whatnot. Let's say, how about the Lion King? Is that? Yeah. All right. Mattel. Unopened packaging, unused. I mean, it is new. It's just a little damaged, you know. The box. The toys are fine. The toys are fine, but it's a little bent. But it is new with the tags, and it's unopened packaging, it's unused. So we're gonna select that. And this, where's my handy dandy ruler? Okay. This is what? About 10 by 8 by, let's say, 3. 10 by 8 by 3. What is the closest standard sized shipping box to 10 by 8 by 3? And we did get our description and title over here. So the beautiful thing about using Macs is that when you're signed into the same account on both computers, watch me make a fool of myself here, you can copy and paste across devices, which is a lovely thing instead of needing to text your phone or text yourself, you know what I mean? Copy and paste. And of course, we will proofread it to make sure that AI is not hallucinating. This rare 1994 Disney Lion King Battle Action Banzai with Zazu toys. Fantastic find for collectors or fans of the iconic film featuring Banzai the hyena. So that is his name. I never knew, ever, that that was his name. I thought it was just like a Battle Action Banzai. You know what I mean? Apparently not. Banzai the hyena, Zazu the bird, sealed in the original packaging. Packaging shows wear consistent with age. That's a good way of putting it. Including some creases and edge wear. The figures inside are in pristine condition, which they are. Yes. 30-year-old collectible, nostalgic piece, golden era of Disney. Perfect for display or as a gift to a Disney enthusiast. Don't miss your chance. That looks good to me. I mean, it's Disney and Mattel. Let's go with Disney. People are more often looking for Disney as a brand than Mattel as a brand. Unfortunately for Mattel. I have personal history with Mattel. Let's see here. How much do you weigh? Where's my scale? Over there. Hold on. 1 second. Oh boy. You ever accidentally stepped on a cutting mat before? They're sticky. All right. Can you see this over here? Or is it too low? I think it's a little too low. I'm measuring it, just so you know. Let's zero this out. This guy, I'm gonna say this weighs 12 ounces. No, 7 ounces. Ooh, 3.5 ounces. Way off. So with packaging, oh, these most standard size boxes, 12 by 9 by 3. So that's probably going to be, I don't know. Let's ask, just for, what do you think the added weight of that box would be if I'm putting something inside of it that weighs 3.5 ounces? What do you think it would weigh total? I love that you can speak naturally with ChatGPT and other AI services, but I've been trained to work so specifically with Siri for so long that it's so liberating to be able to say whatever you want or stumble over your words. I know you can stumble with Siri now too, but can you really? Or are you just stumbling with ChatGPT? 6 to 7 ounces, adding this would be about 9 to 10 ounces, depending on stuff inside. So we'll say 11 ounces just so we can make sure there's enough packing material in there to keep that thing safe. 734. Let's do, obviously, ground advantage. It's cheaper and it's faster. Hello. I'll pay, and we're gonna list this guy at $34.99. We'll see how that grabs folks. All right, so we got our photos, we got our title, we got our listing, we got, description, we got our hashtags, we got everything. Let's list. Cool beans. Well, that's pretty much all we were going to do today. I did say it was going to be a bit of a shorter stream, and it is. We're going to end it here. I think we are going to do a little bit of streaming later. I think we're going to keep streaming on PS5, mostly because tonight I want to attach the Ethernet cable again and see if that helps with our stream, with dropped frames and stuff. And maybe we can lower the encoding or something, all that nerd crap. Yeah. Oh, I dropped something. There we go. All right, so thanks for checking in. Thanks for hanging out. We've been up for 36 minutes. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. And I should probably do a plug, right? Mercari.com/u/retro resell. And the O in retro is a 0, just in case you didn't know. See you later.